in adjacent industries who do similar things but not the same. So in my case, again, I do personal branding and social media strategy. So people adjacent to that might be people involved in PR, people who are SEO specialists, people who are designers, people who are web developers. Those are all kind of adjacent fields to mine. Look at potential referral sources. Those are also people who can not only provide you direct business, but could also wind up being people you collaborate with. They could also wind up needing your services. In general, the point of all of this is that if you really want to succeed in not only getting more clients, more business, more visibility, more what have you, but if you really want to be more, if you really want to grow as a human being, if you want to help other people be more, have more, do more, learn more, think more, and think more highly of you, the best things you can possibly do are things that involve looking outside yourself, thinking outside yourself, recognizing what other people are thinking, what other people need in order to be more, and only then relating it back to yourself and how you're more can help them be more. The only way to truly get what you want is to stop being selfish. Thank you again so much to Social Media Pro for having me. I loved being a part of this year's Social Media Day Summit and last year's Social Media Day Summit. Hopefully I'll be a part of next year's Social Media Day Summit. In order to find out, let's keep in touch. I have a special link here just for Social Media Pro, Social Media Day Summit attendees. So go there, check it out. The most important thing on that entire page is for you to give me your information so that I can go cheer you on. I don't mean give me your email address so I can build my list, though that's nice too. I mean, give me your social handles. Let me see where you're doing your thing so that I can go give you comments, give you love, give you support. Maybe I can even see what you do and refer business to you. Who knows? But I would like to start this relationship. So please just go to that link. Let me be a part of your online journey.
Join me on Clubhouse for a live after chat at 3 p.m. Eastern. Where? Where is she on Clubhouse? It is too freaking hot. All right. I have to mute you for a second. Sorry if you were on mute. I had to return a phone call and I used a bad word because I said it's 100 fucking degrees in Portland right now, which is true. And right now it's 78 in my apartment and I feel like I'm starting to hyperventilate because this is ridiculous. It was 112 yesterday and it may be 115 today. It was 108 2 days ago and the record for all time was 107. So, okay, Prashant is on with the dance class in 2 minutes on Facebook. If I find it, I'll tell you where to go if you want to participate. Otherwise, you can listen with me. I'm looking. Portland and Seattle see record temperatures. Yeah, we know. Are expected to see. We don't care. All right. And why does it always want me to share everything to, okay. It always wants me to share everything. Even the things that run the streetcar, like the things were melting, so they had to shut down the streetcar because like the cables were like melting or something. They showed a picture. Portland and Seattle expected to see high temps soar past 100 degrees. Well, duh, it's already 100. It could be 115. Today is heat wave sweeps the Pacific Northwest. How hot is it where you live? Too fucking hot. Okay. I know. I said I was gonna find, instead of yelling about the temperature, let me find Prashant's. Okay. Stay cool with this general fitness takeover with Prashant. Where's the link? When the event starts, you'll find instructions for how to access the event. Hosted on a different website. Okay. Please tell me where the website is so that I can tell all of you. I'll just click going. All right. Where should I just message? Where is the feed? Where is the link for Prashant? Oh, there, go to link. Let's see, there's the link. Oh, I have to register. Join meeting in progress. Hi, where are you tuning in from? It's 100 fucking degrees here, and I said I would try to stop the bad language because it's like 78 in my apartment. It got up to 84 with the portable air conditioner, and I'm over it. Okay. Uh-oh. I'm trying to join this Zoom. You can... Wait, I don't want to leave the meeting.
Recording in progress.
From... You're in Brazil, it's raining? Well, hello. Oh. Hey, Prashant. You're in Brazil, it's raining. How hot is it there? Okay, I'll tell you where to find this link. If you, Portland Bureau of Transportation Sunday Parkways on Facebook. Portland, I'm going to type it in the chat. Portland Bureau of Transportation. No, it's 100 fucking degrees. Sorry, it's very hot. And it may go up to 110. The record was 107 until 2 days ago. Then 108, then 112. It's very, very hot. Portland Bureau of Transportation Sunday Parkways on Facebook if you want to join Prashant's Zoom. Maybe he didn't hear me say hello, so I'll say hello in the chat.
HealthStretch.com is the device that I use for this next stretch. It's just a regular hamstring stretch. You can get into it in many different ways. Thank you, Marilyn, for letting me know about the sound on Facebook. Hopefully this fixed it. So yeah, we're going to gently invite ourselves to go on our backs. And when we do that, think about it like you're slowly laying your spine to rest. So just imagine one vertebrae at a time going in slowly, slowly. Yes, keep your core. You'll probably feel some engagement in your core. And as I get here, my voice tone's probably going to change. And from here, we can just do a couple of bridge poses. So bridge poses, you want to have your palms going down, pushing into the mat or the floor. You're going to bring your feet a little bit closer to your hips, and then as imagine you're curling your tail up, and something is literally just lifting you up from here. So you're going to bring it all the way up, and then try to find relaxation in your jaw, around your neck, around your shoulders, and then see if you can lift it all the way up. And if it's making somewhat of you can just get a sense that if you're underdoing it, you might be over here. If you're overdoing it, you might be like crazy over there. So somewhere in the middle, and just focus on what is it in your body that you are using to be in this posture. And you really need to use that. So for example, do I need to have my fists in like this to get in here, or can I have my hands relaxed? Can I have my shoulders relaxed? How about my glutes? Can I work on relaxing my glutes? Maybe not all the way, but bringing some relaxation. And then you might realize that it's your core that you end up engaging as you get into this pose. And we've been in here for a long time, so try to bring, again, your spine slowly, gently, one vertebrae at a time to come back in here.
102 right now.
Antidote to this pose will bring our knees in close to ourselves right here. Good. And we will gently roll side to side. You might have your own thing you like to do. So
Yeah,
that,
it's portable. It's 78 in here. But it can't keep up with this heat.
Because obviously I'm not able to do that while doing this. So gently, and of course the Smart Me doesn't have Facebook on my iPad, which is great because I really should just be doing this. So go slowly, gently, go.
Yeah, without the air conditioning, I wouldn't be able to be in here right now.
If you're just joining in,
but it's still, it got up to 86 degrees with the air conditioning yesterday.
Probably far from Bollywood and Bhangra dancing. We're going to be stretching. And while we're here,
yeah, he's not going to dance today. It's too hot.
One of my favorite poses of all time is Happy Baby, and you get to see sides of
Happy Baby. I'm going to at least try to like
side to side. Happy Baby. I love this. I love the name of it. Balasan. Happy Baby.
Do something.
Bring a big smile to your face as you do this as well, and then slowly bring your
I'm
feet
doing it in a chair.
and gently bring them down.
I'm doing the acupressure point massage. My feet are swollen from the heat.
We're not going to be clenching or clutching our palms or jaw or anything. We're just going to gently lift up our core up towards the ceiling and bring some awareness to areas of our bodies that we don't need to be using, that we might be using in doing this pose. Now, I want to make it clear that I'm not a yoga teacher in any ways. These are just some things that I do by myself at home, less often than I would like to, but enough that I feel comfortable just sharing this with you all. So, yeah, let's hang in here, bring attention to our core, relax our jaw, soften our gaze, and take a couple breaths here. Take a nice inhale and exhale. One more. Let's do one more delicious breath. Inhale, cool air, and exhale, hot air. Keep yourself cool. All right, cool. So gently bring your spine
Lemonade.
down all the way, and this is where I'm going to use this thing called Ideal Stretch. They're absolutely
Yeah.
not sponsoring me to do this, but I do find this tool to be really helpful, and I'll tell you why. Most of you might even, I'll tell you what you can do. Obviously, not all of you might have this at home, but you can also have your hands go behind you and then work on your hip joint and that area of the lower back, pushing down on the floor. And as you kind of work on that, you're pushing down. Imagine that is giving you the stability and strength to be able to lift your heel up and straighten it towards the ceiling. Now, for some of you, that might be like right here. For me, I feel like a comfortable spot is actually here. And for some of you might be able to just go straight, and that's totally cool. We will meet our body where we feel that sensation of that extension of our hamstring. And from there, we'll focus on some breath work. So we're going to take a nice inhale and exhale. If you have a strap, you're welcome to put a strap around. And I'm just going to demo you how I use this thing. This thing goes in like this. And what it really does is it really helps me to get a nice straight leg. And so then it takes away from trying to keep it straight. And then I can just focus on trying to bring this. So this is ideal stretch. Or you can even Google hamstring stretcher or Bing or Yahoo search, whatever way you like to search for things. So you could use that next time perhaps if you want to, or if you feel like you need some support in stretching your hamstrings, this is a really good tool. So from here now, slowly bring your leg all the way down.
We're watching DJ Prashant on Sunday Parkways for the new people.
And then I'll demo the other side.
It's on
as well.
Facebook.
So just bring
Portland
the
Bureau
other
of
leg down
Transportation.
And take a second to just even feel if
Sunday
all the stretching
Parkways.
on one side of your leg is making it feel any different than not. With that said though, bring your knees up and feet close to your hips, and this time we'll take the other leg and shoot it up straight. Again, for a lot of you it might just be right here. For some of you might actually be able to go straight up here, whatever feels convenient and comfortable to you. The main thing is we're going to focus on our right hip going down into the floor to give us some good stability, and from there we're going to extend our heel up towards the ceiling. Yeah, and get a nice stretch there. And you can work with it. You don't have to be stationary like this. You can try to work it out. If you feel like you want to, other areas of your body are calling your attention, go there. I'm going to demonstrate this ideal stretcher thing that I use at home. And that really helps me keep my leg in alignment as I get into the stretch. Good. This might almost be about the time that we spend on the other leg as well. So slowly bring your leg down, whether you have something like a strap or just your hands. Good. And then while we're here, take your hands all the way up and behind you and become a strong, straight thing right here. Great. Very nice, everybody. So from here, we're going to bring your hands down, turn to one side, and slowly and gently lift yourself up. And I will see what is happening. Everything is great. There are no comments on Zoom. If there are comments on Facebook, then I'm going to request the Sunday Parkways team to just post them on Zoom if there's any feedback at all. But otherwise, I'm going to do some more stretching for you guys. So now we're going to take our elbow right here and then see if we can point or go to one side and put your elbow down. There's modifications as well. So you can even have just your palm going down, or you can have your palm going away, or you can have elbow, or some of my favorite things are blocks because I definitely need them. So I'm actually going to use a block for this one today here. We're going to go this side. Focus on the opposite side hip going down. All right, thank you so much. I appreciate it. So the comments will come through on my Zoom if there's anything on Facebook. So focus on your elbow area coming down here on this side, and then opposite side hip. Again, we're going to work on pushing it down into the floor And then that same hand is my left hand, it might be a right hand for you, and that's totally okay. We're gonna bring it up, up, up. And as we bring it up, think of your fingers going up towards the ceiling. Good. And that might dislocate your shoulder joints. You might want to go all the way. And that's totally cool. Try to work on bringing that shoulder back, making some space in your shoulder and neck on both sides. Then from there, the hand's still pointing straight up towards the ceiling. Take a nice inhale. And as you exhale, fold in a little bit more. And this time, let's take a few breaths in this area of the side. In my case, my left side, it might be right side. As it's opened up, let's send some nice cooling air breath to that area. So take a nice inhale all the way to your back ribs, front ribs on the side, to your hip joint, to your shoulder blade, everywhere. All of this area, send a nice breath in. So take a nice inhale. And as you exhale, see if you can fold in a little bit more. If you feel like it, if it's in your situation today, take another inhale. And exhale to fold in some more. Good. Let's add a modification now. From here, take your hand rolling in, forward and down, all the way, all the way, all the way. And as you start to go up, bring your palm up, and then take it all the way up again. So let's see if we can do a couple more circles like this. Good. Yeah. Couple more. Let's do one last one, yeah? You can go for a longer, bigger, smaller, faster, whatever feels good to you in your body. Here we are. From here to come out, palm facing away from you. Take yourself out. Take a moment to just come back, situate yourself. Bring your spine up towards the ceiling. And see if you can close your eyes and notice if there's anything different on the side that you stretched. In my case, it really does feel like now I'm sitting like this. So I want to fix that by also extending and setting the cooling breath on the other side. So if you have a block, then you're welcome to move them on the other side or move it on the other side. And then we will take our elbow, put it down. You can also do a hand if that feels better to you. And you can also do the elbow straight in, and I'm going to a little bit this way. You can also just do straight to the floor. Either way, you're going to start with extension of your spine and lean in to the side until you feel the earth pushing against you. From there, so instead of going in like this, where you're like crunching your neck and shoulder, think of extension away from the block or the floor, so that you create nice space on the neck, on your this side of the shoulder. For me, left. For you, it might be right. So we'll just focus on that. Bring attention to your hip on one side, the side that's opposite from the elbow that's down, and try to push it back into earth. So this is what it looks like when it's not being engaged down your root chakra or your sitting bones, and this is what it looks like when you are. So let's get to that position. Walk your other hand out like this, and then palms facing up. Let's try to bring it all the way up, straight up, straight up, straight up. Nice, and this might be exactly where you want to be today, and that is totally okay. And if you want to be right here, focus on the tips of your fingers extending up towards the ceiling. If you have it in you, take a nice inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to take our hand going kind of like towards our ear, really, or maybe even behind our ear, as opposed to like here, you see. So try to take it behind the ear and take a nice inhale again and exhale. Now, bodies are different, so your stretch might be like way more or way less. If it's way too much more, dial it down a little bit and focus on the posture, focus on strengthening. If this is where you feel comfortable, then stay right here. And with every breath, see if you can move an inch or a millimeter forward in that direction. So let's go take a nice inhale and exhale. And this time as you take an inhale, just imagine the whole right hip, even right sitting bones, right thighs, the right side, the ribs, back ribs on the right side, right shoulder, everything getting nice cooling air going in. Take a couple of breaths here.
I knew I forgot to do something. Breathe. All right, I'll share it on my. I'm going to share it on my Facebook.
Nice. Now we're going to start with our hands rotating the helicopter moves. So we're going to bring it forward, forward, forward. Keep focusing on the sitting bones, staying steady. Keep focusing on your spine extending. Bring your palm up as you come here, and bring it up again. Let's do a couple more times at your own pace. Yeah. Let's do it one last time, and nice and slow. Bring it all the way up here. From here, you'll walk your hand out, lift yourself up. Nice. I feel like I haven't sat like this in a while. It feels so good in my spine. But I want you to check how it feels to you as well. So I want you to take a moment to just figure out if this is feeling good. If there's anything that's bothering you, then maybe you don't want to push yourself too much on that side or those things. But if it feels good to you, then that's great. So let's take a moment to just check in with our bodies. All right, so we're going to make our way to a standing position. Now I wish I could just like snap my fingers and then levitate and then lift my.
If he's on his
or bring
Facebook
my
page, I
feet
can't
down
see it.
poetically, but obviously that's not possible. So I'm going to give you the cue for you to just stand up whichever way. You can take your hands. Actually, before we stand up, let's do cat and cow. So take your palms in like so, and then bring in. To do some cat and cows. My microphone keeps switching, obviously, so if my voice is going in and out, I apologize in advance. I'm going to switch around. And so get on your hands and knees. If you do need to protect your knees, you could have like a towel, or you might have an extra mat lying around, or whatever else. You could put something underneath your knees to just give them some gentle love as we do this. So for cat and cows, obviously I've attended many amazing teachers who have tried to teach this to me in different ways, and I've picked out what works for me. So I want you to always figure out what works best for you. And so for me, I want to take this portion of my hand and then place it in, as opposed to like fingertips. And then from there, like grab a hold of the mat with my fingertips. Good. Your back of your legs can go straight down like that if that feels comfortable to you, or you can have them up here like this. And I'm going to bring my elbows in and out like this. So you're going like that, out, without your hands moving really. So bring them out and take a nice inhale to lift yourself up straight. Good.
There it is. There's the
Start
feed.
with curling your tail and then your spine, and then you're going to naturally curl in all the way. And exhale out all the air. And inhale to come up like that, and bring your head behind, tail up. It's going to look and feel different. Most likely, a lot of you might be more flexible than me, and that is totally cool and awesome and good for you. So do it as what feels good to you. Here's a nice inhale and exhale. Take a nice inhale and exhale. Last one, take a nice inhale. And this time just come to the normal, what might feel like a straight-ish spine for you. From there, let's actually get into child's pose. So for you, it might look like your knees going out, or maybe the knees stay in. Either ways, you just sit back on top of your legs. Do it in a way that feels comfortable. If you feel like your ankle area is hurting, then don't go too far. But you're also welcome to use blocks while you're here if you want to. And the way I like to use blocks is to try to get a nice stretch inside with my palms on top of the blocks. Take a nice inhale to extend your spine up towards the blocks. different for you. But go to your left right now, and then try to get that same nice cooling breath into your right side like we did before. Yeah. If it is feeling like you want to do this next thing, take your left hand and tread it underneath. And then see if you can look up on the right side gently. You don't have to like all the way look up, but just gently to get a nice stretch on your right side. Good. And thread your left hand out. Bring it parallel to the right hand. And then walk yourself to the center. And then this time let's go to the other side as best as you can. And then you'll get a nice stretch on your left side. Take a nice inhale. And exhale. Thread your right hand through. And then you can even look through underneath your left hand. And then gently turn your gaze to the ceiling if you can. If you want to, a little bit. Not all the way. Nice. Unturn your right hand, bring it parallel to your left. Gently walk back so you're centered on your mat or whichever area you're doing this with me in. Next thing we're going to do is let go of your blocks if you have any, and start to bring your hands back on the floor towards you, and you will lift yourself up like that. Yes, so you're seated up now. Excellent, everybody. Let me move my microphone in a different position. So from here, we're going to bring our knees together, bring our hands on the floor in the mat in front of us. Let's do one downward dog, or maybe a couple. Let's see how it feels once we get into it. So downward dog, palms on the floor. Bring your shoulders away from the floor. Your head, make some space between your head and
I'm doing this in
shoulders.
a chair today.
Tuck your tailbone in, toes down on the yoga mat, and lift your knees up. This might be your extent of downward dog today. You might want to go back all the way. You might want to start doing some walks here. While you're in the downward dog, think of extending your spine towards the floor and your sitting bones towards the ceiling. You can do a couple of walks like this. Go back. You can make it wider, whatever feels comfortable to you. And a little walk. So when I say walk, bring your heel back down towards the floor on both sides. Nice. Now, we're going to try a plank. You can have a modified plank by having your knees here, or you can have a very straight plank, whatever feels good to you. Nice. And then back into downward dog. A couple more times. And back. And forward. And this last time, back. And start to walk your feet towards your hands. Yes, all the way, all the way, all the way. Keep your knees bent a lot. Use blocks if you want to. And from here, we're going to take our palms, push them into our shins, and extend our spine up as best as you can. For me, I need to have my hands right all the way up here because I have a pretty tight lower back. So take a nice inhale here, and exhale to bring your hands down, all the way. They might even want to touch the toes. You want them to keep your knees bent, so you're not really like, if you're not feeling comfortable. Make sure that you get to a comfortable place by having your knees bent. You can have your hands on the blocks as you try to, again, straighten your spine. And if it feels better to have them on your shins, so you can have a nice straight spine. Inhale. And exhale to fold in again. Good. Bring your hands up. And this time, nice and slow, start to...
It's 105 now.
Yeah. The music is inviting us to move a little bit. So bring your palms close together. You're welcome to switch your camera angles or whatever would work best for us to do some stand-up work today, or work standing up. If we're able to stand up work today, that would be good. Great, and then I'll also do a little check and see how things are going in the land of Facebook as well. I think everything's looking good. Yes. All right, great. Welcome everybody, wherever you're joining in from. If you're in Portland, Oregon, obviously we have some of the hottest weather we've ever had, and so get some water. Good. All right, let's see if we can have some really gentle Bhangra music and work on some really fundamental isolations today. I want to see how this music's going to sound. Hopefully you can hear this music. Let me see if I can. I think you might be hearing it, but in a different way than I want you to. There we go. All right. So I'm going to turn off my microphone, and since I have Lisa here, I'm going to just do a quick check. Can you hear the music? Can you hear the music? And how about me talking over the music? Is that also good? You can hear the music and you can hear me? Nice. That's what I like. All right, let's go back then, and we're going to work on some isolations together. And let me just make sure that I have the right camera thing too. Great. So what we're going to do is we're just going to bring our hands on your hips and spine up, chin down. Good. Take your hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up. Make a nice Y with your hands. And if they're wanting to come here, like in front of the camera, then see if you can bring them back. But if they're wanting to be all the way back, kind of like that, then see if you can bring them forward. So we just want about a 45-degree comfortable space, right? That's where we're at. Great. From here, we're just going to work on bringing our shoulders to bring them up towards the ceiling. You see? I might even come closer. You might be able to see this better. There you go. 5, 6, 7, 8, and up. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and up. 2. Now let's work on just 6, 8, 7, and 8. Nice. Stop for a second, please. Good. Put your hands down. Bring attention and awareness even by touching your shoulders. You can bring awareness that these are the muscles. Shoulder blades is what we'll try to use as we do it again. So take your hands up, and this time rather than using this muscle or anything else like jaw, neck, we'll focus on just the shoulder blades leading us into this. 5, 6, 7, 8, and up. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. Should we try double speed? 1, 2, 3, 4. As much as possible with ease rather than force. With ease. 7, 8, and 1, 2. 8 to one side. 5, 6, 7 other side, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Nice. Bring your left hand in to get a nice stretch for it. Good. And remember when we rotated our hand over, so we're going to let go of the right hand. Bring that one like that. Bring your right hand in and get a nice stretch here too. Yes. Good. And then let go of your left hand. Bring your right hand. Let's try it one more time. 7, 8, and 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6. Let's try double speed. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 4. Bring ease. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good job. Good job. Shoulder blades. Hello. Very good, everybody. So now bring your hands to your hips. We're going to focus on hips lifting up. For your feet, you want your left foot behind your right foot forward. And you're going to have your right hip's going to go up. So I'm going to go a little bit closer to the camera, so I'll just focus on my hips now. So even though your right hip's going up, let's bring attention to our left foot. And so from the left foot, think of, here's one way to stand, right? And then the other way is to have your spine up. You'll have a gentle knee bend on your left knee, spine up, chin down. Think of something like extending up towards this. Your right foot is just gently forward in front of you, but with all that core strength keeping you together from your left side. You'll bring your right side up. 5, 6, 7, right hip up. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, double speed, and up. 2, nice and easy again. See if you can only use your hips to do the talking, dancing, the moving. Yes, up. 6, 7, 8, big smile. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and last time 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job, good job. Let's try the other side now. But before that, let's just shake our right leg. Yes, shake the left leg. Left leg, good. Bring your weight on your right foot and right knee bent gently. Spine up towards the ceiling. Open chest, open shoulders, open hips. Bring your left foot up. You should be able to just stand comfortably if that's your equation today. And from here, bring your left foot in front of your right foot, straight in the front. So, like so. And from there, let's go again. Left hip going up. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8, and up. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. So you're crunching in on your right side. Ribs. And up. 2, big smile. 3, 4. The impetus is hitting up. Hitting up. Hitting up. Double speed. Here we go. And up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep your right knee bent. Spine up. 5, 6. Last time. Here we go. And 8, 7, 6. Let's do one more time after this. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job, everybody. Nice job. All right. So we did some work with our hips. We did some work with our shoulders. Now we're gonna add in some movements. So I want you to do the horse pose in yoga. I'm gonna move my mat around for a second, so there won't be the visual distraction of this mat. So here we go. We're gonna have our hands on our hips, and feet are going to be out wide like this. You can see them better here, wide like this. Good. And from here, hips going from there, your spine going up. And I'm going to switch the camera angle now. And so here we are.
Hello.
Feet wide, spine elongated. Good. This is
DJ Prashant is on Sunday Parkways, Portland Bureau of Transportation. Sunday Parkways page.
4, 5, 6,
And on my Facebook page. And it's too
5, 6,
It's too hot to do this.
right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 to the left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now stay in this position. Bring your hands
It's 106 degrees
facing
outside.
the right side. Your whole heart performing and also face
405.
the right
Let me
side.
check.
Your right leg's gonna open up
And
to
it's
the right side, and we're gonna
79 in my living room with the portable air conditioner.
and it's gonna feel really good to take those
Yeah, it says 106.
Thank God
As in
for that today. Right side
TFH.
up.
Too fucking hot.
Okay, and bring your hands up as you go to the side. 5, 6, other side, and before we go, let's make sure that we are in alignment. Left foot out like this, right leg pointing towards me. Hands either side of the leg. 5, 6, 5, 6. Let's do 8 counts on this side. 1, 2. Bring your hands up. 4, 5, 6. 1 clap. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Other side. 8. 1, 2, 3. Shoulders down. 5, 6. Big smile. Big smile. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and step. Tap, step, tap, step, tap. So you're going to the right, you're going to the left. Step, tap. Bring your shoulders away from your ears. Big chest, big shoulders. 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Take your hands to the side that you're going. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice job. 7, 8. Now we're gonna lift it up. Side, lift, side. 6, 7, 8, and 1. Windshield wipers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the peak of our activity today. So if you're feeling too hot, stop. 7,
Now I gotta sit back down.
3,
Kind of
5,
pull my
6, 7, up, and
make my
1,
pants into shorts.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Nice job. Let's get a quick drink of water. Electrolytes. If that feels good, good. Yeah, if you want to sit down, that sounds great as well. If you're just joining in on Facebook, let me know how you're doing. If you're wondering what's going on in Portland, it's a really, really hot day. We've been breaking records here. And so we're doing a gentle cool down of a fitness class that was originally designed to be kind of strong, you know. So we're going to switch some music. We're going to switch the music around now and hopefully warm up a little bit more before we have to start cooling down again. We have to because I want to keep going. All right, hands on your hips. I'm going to switch my camera here and show the footwork. So for this move, what we want to do is we want to bring your weight on your left side, and then right heel touch like this. Yeah, and center, and heel touch on the other side, and center. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep going. 7. And see how you can walk with it if you want. Just going to switch the camera angle. So heel touch, heel touch, heel touch. Bring your hands up and 1, 2, 3, 4. Big arms. If you've got long arms, like I do, I don't have the longest arms, but pretty long. Make sure that you honor them by not doing it like this or anything else, but embrace your long arms. Big smile, side to side, and 1. And you can add a little bit of a jump to get a little bit more of a workout. Or you can just do it right here if you want to kind of be moderate. I feel like going up a little bit in this moment. So you're going and 1, 2, 3, 4. Heel touches. 6, 7, 8, doing this side to side right now. Same kind of like movement, but this time we're gonna start to lift our knee up. Now, on a day that wasn't 100 plus, I would say bring it all the way up. And if that is really what you want to do, go for it. But otherwise, we can also keep it gentle. The main thing is to keep your spine up, chest open, core together. And you're gonna just lift up one side and the other side. Bring your hands up. 2, 3. Now, if you want to go another little bit more energy, you can add a little hop and 1, 2, and now you want to add a little bit more. You can start turning. 2, 3 at your own pace in your own direction. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Maybe turn the other side. 4, 1, 2, 3. Let's put these things together a little bit. Side, side, windshield wipers, and 2, 3. Legs up and up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring your left foot back, right hip up. Up, 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 up. Nice. Other side. Bring your left foot forward, left hip forward. Up, up, up. Nice. 6, 7. Bring your feet together. Right heel, left heel. Right heel, heel touch. Heel touch, heel touch. Big smile, big smile. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can come forward and back if you feel like it. You can turn with this move as well. 4, nice job. 5, 6, 7. Bring your hands down and side. 2. I'm going to switch to the footwork or just the movement a little bit. 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3. Now from the heel, we're gonna add a little tap, and we're actually gonna cross step. So before we were going forward with the heel touch, this time we're gonna go to the side of our feet.
Hello, Wes Wyatt. Thank you for subscribing. I'm eating potato chips, watching for Sean on Sunday Parkway's Portland Bureau of Transportation on Facebook, and I'm on Zoom, but it's too hot. It's 80 degrees in my living room. It's 106 outside, and that's with a portable air conditioner.
You hit it hard. When you bring it up, it's like a string bouncing back. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3. This is gonna be the most active.
Did I say it's DJ for Sean? He's a friend of mine.
I want to see you go crazy. Do this. Here we go. Hands up. And 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 5. You can bring your hands down with your legs. 8, and 1, 2.
There's a replay on Facebook if you want to watch the whole thing.
Nice.
On a cooler day.
Yes. 5, 6, 7.
He'll also be on there Wednesday and Friday at noon this week.
3, 4. Hands up and windshield wipers.
Okay, I'll try the windshield
8,
wipers.
and heel touch. Heel touch.
Maybe that'll help move the air around with the fan.
Heel touch. Heel touch. Heel. 2, 3. Stationary in your place and shoulders up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, nice job, everybody. Let's take a moment to just get a drink of water. Even this much movement today because it's so hot in Portland that I want to just hydrate myself. So make sure that you do that as well if you feel comfortable. If you are watching this and you're wondering if at all you were able to do this thing again or join me live if you're watching if you're watching it later, you weren't able to join live, then please make sure that you're able to join me live on Wednesday and Friday from noon to 1. And assuming that we do end up having hot weather, I want to try to just make sure that we stay cool like this. I'd love to get any feedback as to how this session went for you all. If you joined in on Zoom, thanks Lisa and Marilyn, or if you just watched it on Facebook as well. So next up, everybody, we have about a little over 5 minutes, and I was wondering if we might want to do some meditation, which I honestly have never ever done in a virtual live setting. Sorry, I'm away from the camera right now, but I'm gonna situate my mat back in here. So we're gonna do a meditation for 5 minutes. So make your sitting area available again for you. And
Meditation, I could do that.
Lead you through a meditation. I'm not a meditation teacher by any means. If anybody needs any meditation, it's me. So I'm just happy to share this with you today, making use of this extremely hot weather to be able to share this some of the activities that I do to just keep myself grounded and centered, and just give myself a moment to start to understand how my mind is functioning. So I'm going to switch the camera angle. You're welcome to tap out. The meeting will just probably end up finishing right at 1, and I may not be able to take care of this music here, so give me 1 second. I'm just going to address the music here. Good. And it is unfortunately going to be a little bit loud with my microphone picking up a lot of the sound, but here's what I'm going to do. Turn the intensity down, and hopefully you can hear me nice and clear still. And so I'm going to lead you through this, but we're also going to have a few minutes of just no talking, no leading you through. So I'm going to share with you what I do for my meditation. I'm sitting on a block because I find that most times, especially if I'm doing it for shorter periods of time. If it's a longer sit, then block is not the most comfortable thing. So if you want something to elevate yourself off, then a block or a pillow or things of that nature could work really well. Because what that does for me is allows me to have my sitting bones helping me to identify where they are, and then from there I can just bring my spine up towards the ceiling, a little bit more elongation in my spine, or rather my head up towards the ceiling, and that gives an elongation in my spine. From there, I'm going to just focus on gently closing my eyes. So if you feel comfortable doing that, please go ahead and do that as well. And as you do that and close your eyes, the most first thing to do is to just bring awareness to the most gross sensations that you might be feeling in your body. That could look like the sitting bones touching the floor. That could look like maybe you have tension in your left shoulder, maybe right shoulder, maybe your lower back is trying to talk to you. So with your eyes closed, just bring awareness to any physical sensation that is happening in your body right now. And then we'll just keep breathing. There's no counting, there's no mantra that needs to be recited. Just simply eyes shut, bring awareness to sensations in your body. So let's take a second, do a scan in our body, see where all we may be storing stress. It's not important to focus on the dialogue that the mind might have. Oh my God, why does my lower back hurt so much? It's just more being an objective student of the inner workings of your body. So just bringing awareness rather than judgment. So bringing awareness to your body sensations. From there, if it's possible, try to bring awareness to your belly expanding and contracting as you inhale and exhale. Rather than telling yourself, where the breath is coming in and going out. We're going to go to our nostrils and nose area. So bring awareness as you breathe in to your nostril and try to feel the air going in. Maybe there's a sensation that is inside your nose or in your upper lip area or in your chest. Do not control the breath in any way. Don't try to count the breath. Don't try to do it faster or slower. Just natural breath as it comes in, as it goes out. Just bring awareness to that. And for the next couple of minutes, that's really what we'll do is we'll just bring our awareness to the breath going in, the breath going out. Sensations of that in our nose, nostrils area, upper lip area. And as you find a particular sensation, see if we can just keep our awareness on that sensation. The mind might try to take you so many places, and the best thing to do is to just let it be. If you're anything like me, controlling our mind is not necessarily a thing I want to engage in. I'd rather just deflect my attention into something else. And so in this case, just bring your attention, awareness to the sensation of the breath going in and the breath coming out. Mind deflects your attention, bring it back to the sensation. Maybe the temperature of the air going in, temperature of the air going out. Your breath going in and your breath going out is the study for us today. So for the next couple of minutes, I'm going to put the mic aside, and all we'll do is bring awareness and attention to the sensation of air going in and going out. Mind will do its best to distract us, and we will not fight with it. We'll patiently and persistently bring our attention back to the sensation of the air going in and going out. All right, here you go. And I think it is past one now, so thank you so much everybody for joining today. This is DJ Prashant. Hopefully you were able to stay cool and get some fitness in today as well. I want to thank the Portland City Parkways team for bringing me here. And definitely follow their Facebook page for more such interesting ways to stay at home and stay fit and learn about different cultures and different regions from all kinds of people here based in Portland. So thank you so much everybody. See you guys Wednesday and Friday, 1 to 1.
Today, I couldn't stand being alone with myself in my apartment. What's that? Always.
Severe egg
Strike. I didn't know.
and just pulled out after 27 days. You go to 2013 in Bangladesh, a man was pulled out after a building collapse after 17 days. So yes, maybe it's unlikely, but it's not unprecedented that we have people found in the rubble and to have survived. So guys, right now, people are holding on to hope, and you can certainly understand why. So that is what we're hanging on to here. I'm going to talk to in just a moment Congresswoman from this area, Debbie Wasserman Schultz. This is her district. She's going to give us an update about what she's hearing and just how this community is holding up. But guys, it can be dire and it can be devastating, as you can imagine. The families are going through, but they have to hold on to hope.
Yeah, they're all holding on to that hope, praying for that miracle, a miracle we have seen happen before, TJ. Thank you so much. And we're also tracking all the major developments, including the coronavirus emergency, keeping an eye on this big number today. Confirmed cases across the U.S. totaling more than 33.6 million, which means roughly 1 in 9 Americans have tested positive. That's according to data from the CDC and Health and Human Services. And Dr. Jen, people are looking to Israel now for a sign of what to expect with populations that are highly vaccinated and dealing with this Delta variant. What are we learning looking there?
And you framed it perfectly, Eva. What can we learn from Israel? So let's take a look on the latest data of what's happening there with respect to this Delta variant. 90% of new cases in that country are the Delta variant. The immunization campaign. Now, the majority of the new cases, including that Delta variant, are occurring in unvaccinated people, underscoring again why it is so important and not too late for people here to get vaccinated, and children under 16 in Israel, accounting for half of the current new infections. This is so concerning that they are reinstating an indoor mask policy to avoid future lockdowns. So it's important to keep that in context. As we reopen here, we're stepping on the gas. We may, at some point, need to hit the brake. So that flexibility is playing out right now.
Especially when you look at the numbers, who's vaccinated in those age groups, really very similar. Yep. Thanks, Dr. Jen. We turn now to ABC's Ike Ejapshi with the latest headlines from Washington. Good afternoon to you, Ike.
Eva, always good to be with you. We're going to begin here today with the U.S. military airstrikes overseas. President Biden ordering those airstrikes near the Iraq-Syria border this weekend, targeting militants backed by Iran. That video from the Department of Defense. The Pentagon confirming U.S. military forces conducted precision defensive airstrikes against several weapons storage facilities in the border region in response to unmanned aerial vehicle attacks on American personnel. No casualties reported. And the scorching triple-digit temperatures here at home. The mercury rising to record territory in the Pacific Northwest. All-time highs broken throughout the weekend as millions brace for a baking in the Northeast the next few days. At least 10 states from Delaware to Maine under a heat advisory into the 90s through Wednesday in New York City. And striking moments behind the scenes at the White House. In exclusive interviews with ABC's chief Washington correspondent Jonathan Karl for his upcoming book Betrayal, former Attorney General Bill Barr revealing fallout from President Trump's anger that Barr wouldn't support lies about election fraud. Barr saying his inquiry found the fraud allegations were all BS. Multiple witnesses telling John Karl that Trump had, quote, the eyes and mannerisms of a madman when Barr wouldn't support his false claims. And Pride officially returned to the New York City streets after a pause during the worst of the pandemic. Thousands marching and cheering festivities on. Now, that march, of course, commemorating the first parade back in 1970, following the historic Stonewall Uprising. Back to you, Eva.
And I can confirm for you, Ike, that they were still celebrating Pride here this morning. As I was coming into work, it looked like everyone had a good time. There's much more ahead here on GMA3. TJ speaks to Florida Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who represents the Surfside residents searching for answers in that horrific building collapse. And bending the body and the mind. We'll meet a contortionist helping others to stretch to new heights. Stay with us. GMA3 will be right back.
ABC's GMA3, what you need to know. Brought to you by Brestree. A lot of people think dealing with COPD is a walk in the park. If I had something to help me breathe better, everything would be fun and nice. But I still have bad days, flare-ups, which can permanently damage my lungs. My lungs need protection against flare-ups. So, it's time to get real. Because in the real world, our lungs deserve the real protection of Brestree. Brestree gives you better breathing, symptom improvement, and flare-up protection. It's the first and only COPD medicine proven to reduce flare-ups by 52%.
Breztri won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breztri more than prescribed. Breztri may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
For real protection, ask your doctor about Breztri.
You never leave the house without your loves. Or your big dad energy. Because when you see a leaky situation, you have Loves ready for that pro-level leak protection.
Hello.
Loves. Parent like a pro.
I'm looking on my phone. Wolf, you want to check your account? Okay, come over here and check, please.
Scoot over.
Bear wants his own. Bear, you want an account too? Well, let me see if this. Let me check this out.
Better when you believe there's always room for one more. Spritz. A taste of love.
30 ingredients in one cream.
I'm gonna check this later because I think this background noise. I don't hear it on the replay.
Firm and brand. Revitalift Triple Power Moisturizer from L'Oreal. Now the #1 serum brand in America.
Going right out again.
Okay, Bear, check your account. I mean, Bear, you don't have an account. Wolf, you can check your account.
Like 20 to 50% off outdoor furniture.
Yeah, Bo wants an account too.
$1,999. Plus, get a free
Okay.
adjustable base of spring with qualifying mattress purchase. Now at Macy's. Banana Boat sunscreen is all about protecting the fun on Earth. From making a splash fun to exploring the world fun, our sunscreen is good for you.
3 hours ago, Habs community updates.
Banana Boat sunscreen lasts as long as the fun does.
We're eating and drinking foods and beverages that are very acidic. It can soften the enamel. Pronamel repair, what it's doing is driving more minerals deep into the enamel surface that's going to help actively repair. Pronamel is taking it to
Let's
another
check
level.
the trending board.
I want to apologize.
Trending.
Is this actually happening?
1, 2, 3. I'm number 5. All right, let's see.
On the floor.
Oh, Wolf, you wanted to.
All new ABC tonight.
Welcome back to GMA3, what you need to know. And just a devastating scene. Those pictures are just unreal. And as some of the officials said here on day one,
Who sent the gift?
This, tragedy, it's just
Oh, nobody?
And you see that devastation. This 12-story apartment building collapse. And what we know now is
Thanks,
that
Wolf
at
Wolf.
least 150 people are still unaccounted for. The death toll has gone up to at least 9, but the work continues around the clock. I'm joined now with Congressman Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who represents this district. Thank you for being here with us. You all allowed the families an opportunity to go down to the rubble. Why was that important?
You know, Mayor Daniela Levine Cava and the officials here really felt they were having both disinformation spreading virally through the.
Oh, did you want to like the broadcast too, Wolf?
Like the file wasn't actually being actively worked on. But more importantly, I know in my conversations with some of the families, they go through faith traditions and because the need to be closer to their loved ones.
I don't think you can like it when it's live.
Bringing families to a disaster site while the search and rescue is still going on.
Unless you look in the feed.
They've been creating humanity through the bureaucracy here because this is such an unprecedented tragedy that's just not comparable in American history.
And you represent this district, sure. This is home. This is all. I've learned so much in being down here about how tight-knit this whole community is.
Yes.
You know what? How's everybody doing? Not just the families, but the extended family. To see something like this just doesn't happen. This is unimaginable.
Okay, this is the stuff of nightmares. Literally, these people were sleeping in their beds, and so it is the stuff of nightmares. They're building came crashing down with them in it in an instant. And this is a tight-knit community. It is, and everybody knows somebody, not very many degrees of separation. I have friends who have family and friends in the building, several different families. So it's like you have a little piece, more than a big piece of your heart torn out of you.
We're holding on to hope because we have to. We've seen miracles before all over the world. People being pulled out of rubble. But is there anything you have been told, any indication, any real a thing, a voice, anything concrete that gives us hope that there are survivors in there?
I had a chance to sit down with the rescuing teams of search and rescue yesterday and ask them that question, and they are continuing to say that we believe that there's still a chance that, like we've reported, they pulled survivors out many hours later, not usually, and that's why proximity for the families to the pile was important, because they get to begin to really embrace the gravity of the situation, the enormity of it. But as long as they're saying, and they still are, that they're going to engage in search and rescue, then there's hope, and that's what we have to hold on to. Even one person found alive would be such an incredible blessing.
That's paramount right now. That is the priority, trying to find a survivor, trying to save lives. Last thing here, Congresswoman, when you came up here to greet me, I put my hand out to shake your hand, and you wanted to give a hug.
I did. We need all the hugs right now, TJ.
You've been down here for several days and going through it, and
it's really hard. It's really hard to look in the eyes of these families who just desperately want to be able to see their loved one emerge. This morning, I saw on TV, not in person, going close to the site. One son was able to get a birthday card that they sent to his grandma. It was right there on the pile, and he was able to get it and had a picture of her. This is so deeply personal. The pain is going to be worse, not better. Remember, we still have 152 unidentified, unaccounted for people, and the death toll is going to mount regardless of whether there are survivors found. And the enormity of the pain that is going to wash over this community even more than it already is imminent.
Congresswoman, we appreciate you spending some time here with us.
Thank you.
And again, conveying that message to our viewers as well, who their hearts and their thoughts and their prayers are with this community right now.
We got to be here for the long haul. When the cameras go away, this community is still going to need our support. And I know I and my fellow elected officials, local, state, and national, we're going to be here to hold them up and get to the bottom of this.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here.
Eva, I will hand it back over to you for now, but you can't put it into any different or better words. We're holding on to hope. Everybody is here, but there are some realities to the situation we're under.
Yeah, and a good reminder this morning that those lives are family members and friends and people who were loved, and that community is in a lot of pain. TJ, thank you for that. Up next, right here on GMA3, a woman bending the limits, helping to strengthen others along the way. We'll be right back.
On the outside, I looked fine. I got really good at masking my depression, but inside was a different story. Even though I'd been on an antidepressant for months, I was still feeling depressed.
Is there anything more I can do?
Yes, adding Rexulti may help. When taken with an antidepressant, Rexulti was proven to reduce depression symptoms an extra 62% compared to the antidepressant alone. So you can stay on your current treatment and help build on your progress.
Rexulti can cause serious side effects. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke. Antidepressants may increase suicidal thoughts and worsen depression in those under 25. Call your doctor about fever, stiff muscles, and confusion, which could be life-threatening, or uncontrollable muscle movements, which may be permanent. Increased cholesterol, weight gain, high blood sugar, decreased white blood cells, unusual urges, dizziness on standing, seizures, trouble swallowing may occur. When depression sets you back, keep moving forward. Talk to your doctor about adding Rexulti to your antidepressant.
My hygienist cleans with a round head. So does my Oral-B. My hygienist personalizes my cleaning. So does my Oral-B.
Oral-B delivers the wow of a professional clean feel every day.
We've never been so ready to get back out there. And with Coppertone Sport, we can reclaim the boulders, the backwoods, and the breakers. Coppertone Sport. Find your sun.
For asthma,
There's Primatene Mist. When symptoms strike, your airways narrow and there's less breathing room. Primatene Mist is clinically shown to open airways quickly with the #1 FDA-approved over-the-counter asthma inhaler, and breathe easy again.
Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you candy. Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you apple, plum, and apricot too. Come on to my house, come on. Come on to my house, come on.
Finally, the doors that kept us apart can swing open again. The COVID-19 vaccines are here. It's up to you.
Okay, everyone. Our mission is to provide complete balanced nutrition for strength and energy.
Ensure with 27 vitamins and minerals. Now introducing Ensure Complete with 30 grams of protein. For the power of a deep clean in minutes, try Mr. Clean Clean Free. Unlike bleach sprays, Clean Free begins deep cleaning on contact with 3 times the cleaning power to break down tough messes in seconds. So it's perfect for stovetops, tough bathroom soap scum, and even stainless steel. Mr. Clean Clean Free.
Well, look at you. You mastered the master bath. You created your own style. And you, yes you, turned a sourdough starter into a sourdough finisher. So when you learn your chronic dry eye is actually caused by reduced tear production due to inflammation, you take it on by talking to your eye care professional about Restasis, which may help you make more of your own tears with continued use twice a day, every day. Restasis helps increase your eye's natural ability to produce tears, which may be reduced by inflammation due to chronic dry eye. Restasis did not increase tear production in patients using anti-inflammatory eye drops or tear duct plugs. To help avoid eye injury and contamination, do not touch the bottle tip to your eye or other surfaces. Wait 15 minutes after use before inserting contact lenses. The most common side effect is a temporary burning sensation. Ask your eye care professional about Restasis. Now to trick out these lights. Visit Restasis.com to learn more.
And we're back now with life's long and winding road full of plenty of twists and turns for a flexibility coach and performer determined to help others.
Some people have a very clear sense of what they want to do in this world from a very young age. For example, there are those child prodigies that always know that they were born to sing or dance or paint, but I was not one of those children. I didn't always want to be a contortionist growing up. Actually, I was probably not even aware of what a contortionist was. When I got to Georgetown, I interned at the White House, and I always knew I wanted to change the world, but I didn't know exactly how. But when I was in the Peace Corps, I found out that a friend of mine was murdered, and that was sobering for me. So I asked myself the question, if I were to die tomorrow, is this the life that I wanted to live? The only passion that was consistent was dance and movement. So I decided to go back to New York and pursue a career in dance. When I learned that you can train flexibility, that's when I decided to really hone in and focus on that. And that's what brought me to the world of contortion. So then everyone found out that I was going to pursue contortion as a career. They thought I was crazy. And they couldn't understand why I'd be walking away from the security of a 9-to-5 job with no retirement plan or 401k. It was not only scary for them, but it was also scary for me. I train at least 5 hours out of the day, and that's 6 days out of the week. So my training is pretty intense. I was turning 40 and I was contemplating what to do because I'm like, this is a big year and I really want to celebrate it in a meaningful way. So I decided to put on a show for all of my family and friends to see what I had been working on so far. My show is the story of my own personal journey. Conquering the mind has been the greatest challenge to my conversion journey. Because before you can bend your body, you have to bend your mind. You have to believe that you can go there. You have to have more faith in yourself than others have doubt in you. And people will try to tell you that you can't do something, but if you believe in yourself, then you can do anything.
And what a message. And up right here next on GMA3, Dr. Jen Ashton joins us with your medical questions. And the high school valedictorian says he was silenced for speaking from the heart. Here to tell us what happened. GMA3 is back right after this.
Why hide your skin if Dupixent has your moderate to severe eczema or atopic dermatitis under control?
Hide my skin? Not me.
By hitting eczema where it counts, Dupixent helps heal your skin from within, keeping you one step ahead of eczema. And that means long-lasting, clearer skin and fast itch relief for adults.
Hide my skin? Not me.
By helping to control eczema with Dupixent, you can show more with less eczema. Don't use if you're allergic to Dupixent. Serious allergic reactions can occur, including anaphylaxis, which is severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, or a parasitic infection. If you take asthma medicines, don't change or stop them without talking to your doctor. When you help heal your skin from within, you can change how your skin looks and feels. And that's the kind of change you notice. Talk to your eczema specialist about Dupixent, a breakthrough eczema treatment.
What if I told you the best place to begin is within? With collagen that supports our body from the inside out. Because when we feel supported from within, our confidence comes from way deeper. It's within us.
You try to stay ahead of the mess, but scrubbing still takes time. Now there's Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray. It's the faster way to clean as you go. Just spray, wipe, and rinse. It cleans grease 5 times faster. Dawn Power Wash, now available in free and clear. Certain HPV-related cancers?
You're not welcome here.
Get out of my face. HPV can cause certain cancers when your child grows up. Get in its way. HPV can affect males and females, and there's no way to predict who will or won't clear the virus. The CDC recommends HPV vaccination at age 11 or 12 to help protect against certain cancers. Hey, cancer, not
Why?
child. Don't wait. Talk to your child's doctor about HPV vaccination today.
It's Macy's July 4th sale with great specials like looks for him and her up to 60% off and Charter Club sheets 60% off. Plus get 40% off sandals. And Star Money bonus days are going on now at Macy's.
Nicorette knows quitting smoking is freaking hard. You get advice like, try hypnosis. Or quit cold turkey. Instead, start small with Nicorette, which can lead to something big. Start stopping with Nicorette.
So there's some pretty alarming news about this study about kids and type 2 diabetes.
Right, and one of the so-called ripple effects from the pandemic, we think, but this is a big medical headline here. 2 studies presented at the American Diabetic Association's scientific meeting right now showing a doubling of the rate of type 2 diabetes in kids due to or after the COVID-19 pandemic, probably for a variety of reasons. They weren't seeing their pediatrician as regularly as they should. They were more inactive, probably eating more calorie-dense, nutrient-poor foods. Anyway, all of those things can increase weight and increase the risk of type 2 diabetes, which is a massive problem because we know that it goes on to increase the risk of heart disease. The good news is that it is reversible and preventable. So things that parents should be on the lookout for: an increase in weight, fatigue, an increase in thirst or urination, a change in their behaviors, and most importantly, a sign that I see not infrequently in my practice, Evo, is a darkening of the skin in the neck, armpits, or groin. This can be seen in people of all skin colors. We call it acanthosis nigricans. It is a very reliable sign of insulin resistance. If you see that, you should have your child tested for type 2 diabetes.
We just don't think of type 2 diabetes in children very often. You know, type 1 juvenile diabetes, but type 2 is there something parents should be thinking about just in general with kids?
Well, if it runs in your family like anything else, you know, that's a risk factor. But the key thing is behavioral, dietary, nutrition. And if those can kind of be revamped, it's all about awareness, early intervention in the case of diagnosing it, and of course, prevention.
All right, we will be right back. Good information for all those parents out there.
Twitter is blowing up for the new summer comedy When Nature Calls with Helen Mirren. And by Twitter, we mean actual birds tweeting. It's a who. All new ABC Thursday.
I'm about to glide into Wilsonville Toyota, where their absolute lowest prices marked on every car every day. There's no hassle or negotiation. All this has got to stop. No bull, just great prices. Wilsonville Toyota.
Attention, everyone on Medicare. It's a new year, and that means you may qualify for new Medicare benefits that can help you meet your healthcare needs in 2021. Did you know that you may be eligible to get up to $144 added back to your Social Security check every month? The Medicare Benefits Hotline is now open. Just call the toll-free number on your screen to see if you qualify for additional Medicare benefits.
Just call 800-292-4011 now.
Get a free Medicare benefits review and see if you're eligible for new Medicare plans with Medicare-approved benefits, including dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage. New Medicare plans may include free eyeglasses, free hearing aids, free meal delivery, free prescription drug delivery, and much more. You may also qualify for a plan with $0 premiums, $0 deductibles, and no copays. Call now. There is no obligation to enroll.
Just call 800-292-4011 now. That's 800-292-4011.
Did you know that Wilsonville Toyota marks their absolute lowest price on every car every day? They'll never see this coming. Wait a minute, not garbage day. No bull, just great prices. Wilsonville Toyota.
Spice up your salad. We're making pickled jalapeno corn. I love spicy. Live from the Waterman, David Oyelowo. Next, Drew.
Today at 3 on K2.
Welcome back to GMA 3, what you need to know, and a sign of the times. We've learned which Olympic gymnast will be in the Tokyo spotlight now for the U.S. women's team. Obviously, the great Simone Biles, she will be there, plus fellow victors in competition in St. Louis, Missouri, Sunisa Lee, Jordan Childs, and Grace McCullum. We are wishing them all great luck. I love watching gymnastics.
Same.
I don't know how they do that stuff.
No, it literally takes your breath away.
Yeah. Dr. Jen Ashton is here now with some of our viewers' medical questions. The first question that we have this morning, if the vaccine doesn't get approved before the fall for kids under 12, should they still be wearing masks at school? I know this is one that's like hotly debated.
It is hotly debated, and I'm sure the CDC will be issuing some new latest guidance before that time. But here's what we know at this point. Remember, the unmasking recommendations and guidelines by the CDC applied, first of all, at that time, only to adults and only to people who have been fully vaccinated. So right now, even in outdoor public places, in many places, kids under 12 who are unvaccinated are still being recommended to wear masks. Schools, camps, they're kind of, deciding on their own protocols. But yes, it is possible that there will be indoor masking for children under 12 if they're unvaccinated. But I really expect the CDC to make some guidance about that late summer if we don't see authorization from the FDA for that age group.
And so much of what we're seeing with that varies depending on the region of the country that we're in and the rates of COVID infection.
Yeah.
Okay, the second question. I know this is something you know very well firsthand. This person writes, I've recently started a plant-based diet and it's upsetting my stomach. Any remedies or tips to alleviate the discomfort? Because you're vegan.
I am plant-based now, as shocking as that is. I was telling you during the commercial break, but also for me to put my nutritionist hat on for a second. Listen, there are a lot of documented health benefits to eating a plant-based diet. It doesn't have to be all or none. I think that's what turns a lot of people off. So if you're trying it, and what I did in the beginning of February, and I, did notice some GI issues.
That's a great point.
You can back off a little bit. You can ease back into it. You can add one plant-based meal. But if worse comes to worse, you can try an elimination diet where you literally do your own experiment on what things like beans might upset your stomach a little bit, but give it some time. Your GI tract, like any part of your miraculous body, can adjust to things. It just doesn't always happen like that.
Right. You can't just go from eating no beans to all the beans at the same time.
Well, you don't want to do that for anyone that might be living with you, but...
True. You can submit your questions to Dr. Jen on her Instagram at Dr. J. Ashton. Thanks so much. And turning now to a video that's been making rounds online. It shows a New Jersey valedictorian giving his graduation speech before his mic was cut off. Bryce Dershon says he was trying to encourage his classmates in a speech on self-discovery. He was detailing his mental health struggles and LGBTQ identity, but believes his principal interrupted the speech on purpose. Take a look.
After I came out as queer freshman year, I felt so alone. I didn't know who to turn to for support.
And Bryce joins us here in studio to discuss those moments. I want you to explain to us what we're seeing in that video. What happened when your principal came up to the microphone?
Yeah, when I first started speaking, everything seemed to be going fine. As soon as I said the line, though, after I came out as queer, my mic was cut. And I was so shocked and just so full of raw emotion. And then he came up onto the stage and he took the speech that I worked so hard on and he crumpled it in front of the audience of 2,000 people, in front of my class of 500. And he told me that I was to read the speech that he had pretty much written for me, or I was to read nothing else.
So he kind of gave you an ultimatum there and said, you continue to speak. You spoke from the heart. You gave the speech that you wanted to give. Do you feel like your principal was trying to censor you in that moment?
Absolutely. I wrote, I think it was 2 or 3 drafts of the speech, and eventually I was just so proud of it. And with every draft, the principal took issue with the parts where I mentioned my queer identity or my struggles with mental health, because he said that it wasn't my therapy session, graduation. And even before I began to speak, he told me to take off the pride flag that I had bought to wear to graduation.
So he purposefully was addressing that particular part of your speech and your identity.
Yeah.
We did reach out to your former high school for a response, and the school district superintendent says the district is finding a government agency to conduct an independent review. The school also noted no student speaker was asked to remove their identity from the speech. A statement from the district superintendent reads, in part, every year, all student speakers are assisted in shaping the speech, and all student speeches which are agreed upon and approved in advance are kept in a binder on the podium for the principal to conduct the graduation ceremony. When you hear that, knowing the process that you went through, what's your response to that?
I mean, like when I first started, there was 2 speeches in effect, the speech that I had written and then the speech that they had pretty much written for me. It was at that point an entirely new speech. He had told me to remove everything about me going to treatment, about being queer, and he said if I didn't do that, I wasn't going to be allowed to speak at graduation at all. In high school, I feel like there's so much learning that goes on both inside and outside the classroom. When I came out as queer freshman year, I was so insecure about my identity, and I really began struggling with depression. And, especially my senior year with having to go to treatment for anorexia for 6 months, I really didn't think I was ever going to graduate. And so as I was up there on that stage and I saw him crumble his speech, there was just so much passion going through my veins because I thought, this is exactly what I stand for, and this is the exact kind of stigma and identity removal and erasure that I'm trying to fight against.
And, you gave the speech that you wanted to give. Why did you feel like it was so important to give that message to your classmates?
I wanted to give the speech that I wish I had heard in my darkest moments. And, overall, the speech wasn't for me entirely either. I've been through so much through high school, and I wanted to be truthful to myself and all of the amazing people I'd grown up with. The speech, though, it was for every single person who's ever felt alone in their identity, for every single person who has ever felt marginalized or oppressed, censored, or just made to feel lesser than about their identity. I thought to myself, if I could just touch the heart of one person and make one person feel less alone, that was it for me. And after graduation, a teacher came up to me and she told me that her son hadn't made it through the pandemic due to mental health struggles. And she hugged me and I hugged her and we cried into each other's arms. And I just thought, this is that one person. And I knew I did the right thing, because all I've ever wanted to do is just help people believe in themselves and make people feel less alone and let them know that their identities are valid and beautiful.
And to see the light on the other side of it.
Always.
Well, I have to say, one, where are you going to school?
Tufts University.
You're going to Tufts,
Yeah,
and you're valedictorian. You've overcome so much. Congratulations to you.
Thank you so much.
And congratulations for giving that speech and having the courage to give that speech. We really commend you for it. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Up next, right here on GMA3, a top shelf idea for your 4th of July feast. Oh, this sounds really good. You're going to want to see this. It's coming from Top Chef. And he's starring in the big Monsters, Inc. spin-off series, Ben Felton Dishes, about that Disney Plus debut when we come back.
People everywhere living with type 2 diabetes are waking up to what's possible with Rybelsus. Rybelsus works differently than any other diabetes pill to lower blood sugar in all 3 of these ways. Increases insulin, decreases sugar, and slows movement. The majority of people taking Rybelsus lowered their blood sugar and reached an A1C of less than 7. People taking Rybelsus lost up to 8 pounds. Rybelsus isn't for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Don't take Rybelsus if you or your family ever had medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if allergic to it. Stop Rybelsus and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or an allergic reaction. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Tell your provider about vision problems or changes. Taking Rybelsus for the sulfonylurea or insulin increases low blood sugar risk. Side effects like nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea may lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems. Wake up to what's possible with Rybelsus. You may pay as little as $10 per prescription. Ask your healthcare provider about Rybelsus today.
We're Carvana, the company who invented car vending machines and buying a car 100% online. Now we've created a brand new way for you to sell your car. Whether it's a year old or a few years old, we want to buy your car. So go to Carvana and enter your license plate, answer a few questions, and our techno wizardry calculates your car's value and gives you a real offer in seconds. When you're ready, we'll come to you, pay you on the spot, and pick up your car. That's it. So ditch the old way of filling your car and say hello to the new way at Carvana.
Open Talenti and raise the jar. Cook the gelato made from scratch. Raise the jar to all 5 layers. Raise the jar to the best gelato you've ever tasted. Talenti, raise the jar.
It's Ashley Home Store Stars and Stripes event with new styles and more savings. Get limited time doorbuster deals or pay no interest for 6 years. The Stars and Stripes event happening right now. Ashley Home Store. This is home. Feels good to be home.
I've never slept like this before.
We gave Nuziquil Pure Z's restorative herbal sleep to people who are tired of being tired.
What is even in this?
Clinically studied plant-based ingredients, passion flower, valerian root, and hops. Nuziquil Pure Z's restorative herbal sleep.
Lash Impact goes sky high. Lash Sensational Sky High Mascara from Maybelline Roll. Limitless length plus volume. Sensational from every angle. Lash Sensational Sky High Mascara. Only from Maybelline Roll.
You want to meet the unicorn of cleaning? Mr. Clean Magic Erasers. Over 100 ways to use. And for those really messy jobs in hard to reach places, try disposable thin sheets.
With thyroid eye disease, I was always wearing sunglasses to hide my bulging eyes. I wore them just about everywhere. But then my doctor recommended Tepezza, a prescription medicine for thyroid eye disease, and I didn't have to hide so much.
In a clinical study, more than 8 out of 10 patients taking Tepezza had less eye bulging, and nearly 7 out of 10 saw improvements in double vision.
Tepezza is an infused medicine. Patients taking Tepezza may experience infusion reactions. Tell your doctor right away if you have symptoms such as high blood pressure, fast heartbeat, shortness of breath, or muscle pain. Before receiving Tepezza, tell your doctor if you have diabetes, inflammatory bowel disease, or IBD, or are pregnant or planning to become pregnant. Tepezza may raise your blood sugar even if you do not have diabetes and may worsen IBD such as Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis.
I look more like my old self again. Now I wear sunglasses because I want to.
Ask your doctor if Tepezza is right for you and visit mytepezza.com to see Jeannie's before and after photos.
There's a sinister force brainwashing us. You will possess your talents. Together you are immensely powerful.
So we need weapons to do identity mission.
Ideally not deadly. The original series now streaming on Disney Plus. This is a big step. If we take it, there is no going back. This week, the families will rip this city apart. The people we love will get hurt. They're not gonna let that happen. ABC's General Hospital.
Come on, everybody, it's the place you want to be. Celebrity dating on ABC.
Love is in the air. The game is simple. You ask questions and you pick which one to take on a date.
Don't miss the new hit show that is perfect summer viewing
This is a really fun game.
and ready to spice things up.
When we lock eyes, you're never gonna look away.
That made me tingly. The Celebrity Dating Game. Tonight at 10/9 Central on ABC.
Welcome back. 4th of July holiday weekend, literally just around the corner. And if you want a dish that's going to wow your crew, don't worry. Our next guest has you completely covered. He's been holding his own as a judge on this season of Top Chef after first competing and making a name for himself as a contestant back in season 13 of the show. The celeb chef is joining us now. We are so excited. First of all, I can just tell you, I'm smelling the ribs here. Chef Kwame Onwuachi, thank you so much for being with us. How you doing?
It's great to be here. I'm doing great. It's a beautiful day in Los Angeles. You know, got the ribs growing. You can smell the smoke. I'm doing really, really well. How are you doing?
I'm good. Well, I've been better because these ribs are right in front of me. You're making some mouth-watering baby back ribs. There's a special secret ingredient in here, too, I hear, that people are very excited about.
Yes, some Remy Martin cognac. It is the secret ingredient. It gives it a nice caramel notes, you know, like nice stone fruits, dried fruits. It adds a lot of complexity to the barbecue sauce. And the barbecue sauce is the boss in this recipe.
Okay, let's talk about this barbecue sauce. Walk us through what it is.
All right, so I'm gonna add some onions, and you always want some aromatics in your barbecue sauce, right? So I have some onions and some garlic. And then the key is to add the cognac pretty much in the beginning, and you're gonna let that alcohol cook off like that, right? You're gonna flambe it. After that alcohol cooks off, you know, the fire will subside. You're gonna add some ketchup, some brown sugar, some liquid smoke, which is gonna give it a nice smoky flavor, and some Worcestershire. And what you want to do is you want to kind of let this cook for about 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how much sauce you're making. And that's going to cook down. It's going to get nice and thick and syrupy. So the ribs I cooked the day before. Now I season it with a bunch of Creole spice, some salt, and then I wrap it in foil and cook it in the oven low and slow for about 3 to 4 hours at 300 degrees. So if you don't have a grill pan or a grill, you can just cook it right in the pan. You have a grill at home?
I have 2 grills. We got the charcoal and the gas.
Okay.
My husband likes to have both options.
So you can make a lot of ribs then. So you can sear it right in the pan. And then you can sear it on both sides so it gets nice and crispy. Luckily, I also have a grill, so I have grilled my ribs prior to this. And you want to grill it before, you want to brush it with the sauce before it hits the grill. And that way it gets nice and charred, you know, all those like sugary bits turn to caramel, it gets nice and sticky. And then you're going to finish it with some barbecue sauce and then serve it alongside as well.
We have
that's it. It's
a
pretty simple
lemon
recipe.
and a red hot pepper on our plate. Are those just for decoration? Is that part of the plating, or do you actually use those?
Hey, if you're feeling like, you're feeling a little spicy, you can bite into that pepper. The lemon is good to squeeze on top, but I'm not going to tell you what to do. You're your own person.
Okay. I will tell you, I will not be biting into that pepper. I don't have the stomach for that. But it looks delicious.
Not this early, right? Not this early.
Not ever. Chef Kwame Onwuachi, thank you so much for being with us. The season 18 Top Chef finale airs this Thursday on Bravo. It looks delicious.
It really, this is tempting to me, even though I'm plant-based now.
But we'll just keep it close.
I know.
And just ahead here on GMA3, the new voice making monsters in magic. Ben Feldman is here. Stay with us.
Depression can be pretty rough. You feel alone with your depression, except for the bunch of symptoms keeping you company. Then one day, you get fed up. So you talk to your doctor, and your doctor tells you about Trintellix, a prescription medicine for adults with depression. And the overall end of these symptoms, you feel this relief.
Trintellix may increase suicidal thoughts and actions in people 24 and younger. Call a doctor right away if you have these or new or worsening depression, or new or sudden changes in mood, behavior, thoughts, or feelings. Do not take with NaOIs. Tell your doctor about all medicines you take to avoid a life-threatening condition. Increased risk of bleeding may occur, especially if taken with aspirin, NSAID pain relievers, or blood thinners. Manic episodes, eye problems, and low sodium levels can occur. Suddenly stopping Trintellix may cause serious side effects. Common side effects include nausea, constipation, and vomiting.
Getting better, even the pups have noticed.
Ask your doctor if Trintellix is right for you.
Visit Trintellix.com for more of my story.
Nope.
You want him?
Ooh, I like him.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less.
He's an 8.
He's a 9.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Ready to shine from the inside out? Try Nature's Bounty Hair, Skin, and Nails Gummies. The #1 brand to support beautiful hair, glowing skin, and healthy nails. And introducing Jelly Beans with 2 times more biotin.
Angie's List is now Angie, and summer is the perfect time to book your next home project. From landscaping to lawn care to the project of your dreams, Angie connects you with top pros and protects you with a happiness guarantee when you book and pay at Angie.com. Angie, and done.
Lactate is 100% real milk, just without the lactose, so you can enjoy it even if you're sensitive to dairy. So anyone who says lactate isn't real milk is also saying Mabel here isn't a real cow. And she really hates that.
I don't just play someone brainy on TV. I'm an actual neuroscientist, and I love the science behind Neuriva Plus. Unlike ordinary memory supplements, Neuriva Plus fuels 6 key indicators of brain performance. More brain performance? Yes, please. Neuriva, think bigger.
I'm on his back.
Won't run out again.
It's time to get going. It's time to get Dunkin' iced coffee, brewed to make your day, because it's time to get you running. We didn't mean like running. It's time to get back out there with a medium iced sunrise bench coffee for $2. America loves on Dunkin'.
Banana Boat Sunscreen is all about protecting the fun on Earth. From making a splash fun to exploring the world fun, our sunscreen is good for you and reef-friendly. Banana Boat Sunscreen lasts as long as the fun does.
So with your home and auto bundle, you'll save money and get round-the-clock protection.
Sounds great.
Sure does.
Shouldn't something, wacky be happening right now?
We thought people could use a break. We've all been through a lot this year.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
Now's not a good time for get to the sink.
Are you sure? Yeah, let's booked all day.
Read the room, guys.
Yeah.
Ready?
Seeing blood when you brush your floss can be a sign of early gum damage. New Parodontax Active Gum Repair kills plaque bacteria at the gum line to help keep the gum seal tight. New Parodontax Active Gum Repair Toothpaste.
Dawn Antibacterial cuts through tough grease with 50% less scrubbing. It also removes 99% of bacteria from your hands. Dawn Antibacterial. An easy way to clean your dishes, a smart way to wash your hands.
There is a sinister force brainwashing us. You're the only ones capable of seeing the truth.
So you need us to do a deadly mission.
Ideally not deadly. The man behind this is a master manipulator, and he's also my brother.
This is deeply ugly.
And I'm number 2.
Your name is number 2? Yeah. So?
We're about to go beyond the edge of possible. This is number 2's famous fruit leather.
Oh, we only have tree bark.
Don't eat that.
Original series now streaming on Disney Plus. This has been a long time in the making. It's time. All time is at stake. Celebrate TV's greatest night in sports. The ESPYs, July 10th on ABC.
Clogged gutters can cause serious damage to your home. Have you looked at your gutters lately? Take a look. If you have a water problem, you can save thousands of dollars in repairs by calling Gutter Helmet. Save yourself the grief and costly repairs. Call today for a free estimate.
An important message from Kaiser Permanente. Thanks to new federal funding, you may be among the millions of Americans now eligible for federal financial assistance to help lower your health coverage premiums, even if you didn't qualify before. That's right. You may now qualify for federal financial assistance to help lower your health coverage premiums, even if you didn't qualify before.
Call Kaiser Permanente now at 1-800-501-1452. That's 1-800-501-1452.
Get more bang for your buck this 4th of July with great fireworks from Weimar. The American Dream Box pack is just $49.67. Plus mix, match, and save on individual fireworks. Celebrate the 4th with these great savings and more, available now at your local Weimar.
Why Portland is on the housing brink tonight at 6.
Welcome back. It's hard to believe it's been 20 years since Disney's Pixar's Monsters, Inc. hit theaters, and now there's a spin-off of the beloved film franchise coming to Disney Plus. Take a look.
College, yeah, that was an interesting detour. Too much of a commitment. Not really the whole regimented stuffed shirt, college scene type of gal. Blah. Well, what are you up to?
Graduating from college.
Good for you.
Yeah, it's great.
Except for the loan debt, am I right? Ka-ching. For you, it'd probably be like ka-ching, 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 because you graduated. For me, it was like ka-ching.
Yeah, and the fact that this place is no longer hiring scarers. I mean, I got this letter saying that I was going to be a scarer, but now they've assigned me to, what, MIFT?
MIFT? That's where I work. Come in, I'll take you.
One of new faces are joining the ranks of some old-time favorites, and one of those new voices, Ben Feldman, joins us now to tell us all about the new series. Ben, so good to have you with us, and we'll get to the series in just a moment. But first, we have to ask you, how are you doing? You went through a pretty serious surgery when we were all isolating at home.
I mean, look, I want to tell you that it was really difficult and harrowing and scary. I mean, it was scary. I wrote a will on, like, hotel stationery. But it was actually great in that I got to spend 2 weeks just sitting in bed with my wife and having other people watch our toddlers while we watched garbage reality television. So I can't really complain.
I, too, enjoy some garbage reality television, so I can understand that. We are glad to hear that you're doing so much better. So let's talk about this series. I love Monsters, Inc. You play the big purple guy that we just saw there in that clip. What can you tell us about your character and this series?
So Tyler, the big purple thing right there, spent his whole youth is studying to become a scarer, and then our series picks up right after the original movie left off, which is when they switched over from scare power to laugh power.
Well, and you're doing this cast of like 20-year veterans, John Goodman, Billy Crystal. They've been doing this for a long time now. How is it joining a crew like that? And those are some pretty funny guys.
Yeah, horrifying. It's terrifying. A lot of people love this whole world, this franchise, these characters, and I know that if I screw up, there's all these other incredible actors on the show that are gonna carry all my dead weight.
Does it also make you feel like you're funny?
No. Nothing in life, my job, my kids, my wife, nothing makes me feel funny. But